Welcome to another review room tutorial. Today we're going to be continuing the discussion on permissions. Last time we showed you how you can enable or disable versions within a document. Today we're going to be showing you some more things. So one of which is adding a logo to your submission. By default, as you've seen in an applicant's view, if I just go to the home page for an applicant or check out the applicant's page, what you'll see here is the option to upload a logo. However, if you don't want to allow that, you can just uncheck that. And the same thing goes with allowing applicants to upload additional attachments. So I'll show you where that is. If you scroll to the right, essentially all applicants by default are allowed to add additional attachments to their applications, which means that if there's some more information that they feel that they should share with you outside of the regular things that you've specified that you need from them, they can do that through the attachments section. Of course, you can disable that as well. Mostly everything in Review Room can be enabled or disabled. Let me uncheck that as well. And of course, there's also an option here that we're going to talk about in just one second, but let me change so I can show you how by checking those two things, those two options will be removed. Now, as I'm refreshing the page, you'll see that those additional things do not show up. Now, let's also talk about that one last option, which is this one right here, applications from editing upon submitting them. So by default, applications are not locked when the submit button is pressed. And the submit button, of course, is this one right here. However, let's try the following. Let me click on submit and submit my application and click on back to submission. And right now you're going to see that what happened to my submission, it looks very strange and I don't see any of the tasks. Now, why is that? Let's go back to the permissions and find out. One of which says allow applicants to see tasks from completed stages. Well, apparently when I clicked on submit, according to my competition design, I was moved to the next round. So because I moved to the next round, I can't see tasks from completed stages. So let me recheck that and press save and go back here and refresh my page, and let's see what's going to happen. So now I can see tasks from previous rounds. However, it says that I can only view them, but I can't edit them. Why is that? Well, if you notice, we have the option for allowing applicants to edit tasks from completed stages as turned off. So the idea is if your submit button is going to move people to the next round, then you might as well leave this option unchecked, because by default the allow applicants to edit tasks from completed stages is off. So once they move to the next stage, they're not going to be able to edit things from previous rounds anyway. So there's no point in getting the submit button to lock their application and prevent it from editing. And the problem with locking in general is that once an application is locked and prevented from being edited, then essentially it can't be unlocked by the applicant, right? So if you turn this on, submission will equal locking. So the only time you would want to turn this on is if you have a one-round competition and that the person is not going to be moved to the next round anyway, and therefore you would use such a button. And so in most cases, you would just leave this off. If you have any further questions about that, email support@myreviewroom.com. Now, the other thing to show you is you might ask the question, well, how do I make sure that my submit button is indeed moving people to the next round so that when they press it, they can't edit tasks from previous rounds? If you go to the Design tab here and then go to Design Competition, you can take a look at your Submit Your Application task, which in this case for me is this one. Now, if I click on that, what you'll notice is that in the When This Task is Completed tab, if I go there, you'll see that it says Promote Submissions Around, and it's an optional thing, and it will move people to the pending review round. I could have left it as just as blank, but I've chosen to take people to the pending review round. So that's actually it for the first tab in permissions, which is also called permissions. So we've gone through all these options. We hope that you've enjoyed the second tutorial. The next section we're going to be talking about is visibility, so make sure to join us in that tutorial. Thanks very much.